1885 is the year one piece of art on Friends was created, long before TV existed. That alone feels strange. Why would a sitcom use something that old? How did it become a global symbol later? And what does that say about how stories reuse your trust without you ever stopping to question it, while you smile, laugh, relax, watching? Number 10. You watched Friends for years. So how did this yellow frame trick you?
Well, you're gonna have to leave sometime because you both have jobs, and as soon as you do, we're switching it back. There's nothing you can do to stop us. Right, Joe?
I don't know.
1994 gave you a prop you never questioned. One broken thing became TV history. That yellow frame on Monica's door feels like it was always meant to be there, right? You saw it so many times that your brain filed it under part of the home, and then it stopped looking at it. Here is what really happened. During the pilot, the crew dressed Monica's apartment using a cheap picture frame with glass, and the glass broke on set. Set decorator Greg Grande picked up the empty frame and held it over the peephole like a quick fix, just to see how it looked. Production designer John Schaffner saw it and said, "I think it's wonderful. Nail it on." That one sentence locked it in. No long talk. No big plan. No second version. They kept the same hand-painted prop for all 10 seasons from 1994 to 2004, and it was made of papier-mâché, about 11 by 13.5 inches. Later, that exact frame was sold at auction as a key item from the show. Now people buy copies online and list them as Friends Peephole frames. A broken sheet of glass turned into a global symbol, and your eyes helped it happen. Wait until you hear what the door numbers do. Number 9. If their door numbers keep jumping like that, what did your eyes miss?
Those are like the best seats ever.
Oh, yeah. Hey, should we give these shirts to the girls, kind of like a peace offering?
Oh, yeah, it's very nice.
The doors once said 4 and 5. Later they say 19 and 20. Early in season 1, Monica and Rachel live in apartment 5, and Joey and Chandler live in 4. That feels normal because small numbers feel like low floors, and low floors feel like a real building. Your brain relaxes because the set feels easy to map. But the windows start snitching. Look at the view. You get rooftops and a wide skyline sitting high up, like they live far above street level. So why would a place with that view have single-digit door numbers? That is the weird part. The hallway stays the same, but the math behind it starts to wobble. Later, the show changes the numbers. Monica's apartment becomes 20, and Joey and Chandler's becomes 19. Friends Wiki notes this happened after someone pointed out the floor problem, because the view sat too high for those small numbers. So if the hallway can lie that cleanly, what else moves while you blink? Because Central Perk pulls the same sneaky move. Number 8. When the couch and chairs move by themselves, what is the show hiding from you? The couch feels like home base, yet props shift like magic hands. Central Perk feels safe because it looks stable. Orange couch, same tables, same chairs. Your brain likes that because stable spaces feel like real places. Now, rewatch slowly. A mug looks full, then half empty, then full again, and nobody touches it. A pillow appears and then vanishes between angles. A chair slides a few inches like someone nudged it off camera. A magazine jumps from table to chair even though the actors stay in the same talk. Why would that happen? Because one scene gets shot many times, from many camera spots. The crew resets props fast, and small things land close but not exact. Your eyes forgive it because you follow the joke, not the coaster. Websites that track Friends' mistakes keep long lists of these moments, with clothes, food, and props changing mid-chat. A stylist piece even called out glaringly obvious mistakes, like items on Central Perk tables moving, plates refilling, and background food changing shape. So if your brain can miss a cup teleporting, what else has been talking to you in plain sight? Look at Joey's door because it speaks back. Number 7. If Joey's silly doorboard keeps changing, what is it really trying to tell you? A tiny board sits by the handle, One crew guy used it as a secret voice. On Joey and Chandler's door, that whiteboard looks like set decoration. Most people never read it. That is why it works. The board is a magnadoodle, a kid's drawing toy with a magnetic pen. Behind the scenes, an electrician named Paul Swain became the artist. Set decorator Greg Grande and fan pages confirm Paul came up with and drew most of the magnadoodle messages for years. Some messages link right to the story. After Joey and Chandler get robbed, the board reads, "Thanks for all your stuff." In another, it says, "Joey, call your dad." In Season 6, Episode 19, you get a sharp cowboy sketch and the words, "Joey's room." So while Joey acts clueless, a real crew member keeps winking at you from the door. Now listen, because Monica hides a louder secret. Number 6. When Monica guards that one closet like a dragon, what ugly truth are we skipping? The date is January 31st, 2002. One locked door wrecks her perfect image. Monica sells orders. She folds. She sorts. She lines things up. That is her whole vibe for years, and the show pushes it hard.
I wasn't trying to open your closet. I wasn't trying to open your closet, I swear.
Wow. Monica runs a pretty tight ship around here, doesn't she?
Then Season 8, Episode 14 hits, the one with the secret closet. Chandler spots one locked door in their place, and he wants to know what is inside. The tension grows until he and Joey force it open. And there it is, a mountain of junk. Boxes stacked wrong, old lamps, clothes, broken stuff. Things she never sorted. The room looks like the opposite of Monica, and that contrast is the joke. But why does it land so hard? Because you saw that door again and again for years, and you never got an answer. The show let your brain assume the closet matched her clean image, and then it flipped your trust in 1 second. That gag stuck outside the show, too. In 2023, Courtney Cox posted a video of her own messy storage room, and fans compared it straight to the episode, calling it Monica's Secret Closet in Real Life. So now a sitcom joke feels like a real human flaw, and that changes how you see the whole set. Watch the walls, because one poster has a birthday. Number 5. If the wall posters and photos keep moving, what secret story are they spelling out? One living room poster comes from 1885. The show made it feel like Friends art. The most famous poster in Monica's living room is a big French toy ad with a long title, Au bout chemin, jouets et objets pour étrennes. It is real, it is old, and it dates to 1885. The artist is Jules Chéret, and it was made for a Paris department store that sold toys and New Year gifts. Now here is the funny part. Online listings sell that same design as the Friends poster, like the show gave it a new name and a new life. People buy it on Amazon, Etsy, and poster sites because it feels like owning a piece of that apartment. Set decorator Greg Grande said he filled Monica's place with vintage ads, flea market finds, and unusual pieces, so it felt like a real New York mix, not a clean sitcom set. Over 10 seasons, some pieces shift spots. The Jouets poster stays above the TV, while other frames slide closer to the bathroom, then toward the kitchen, then back again. So even the art has a life outside the jokes, and then real life hits the show hard. Because after 9/11, the set starts whispering thanks. Number 4. After New York got hurt in real life, what tiny thank you did, Friends tuck into the set. The day is September 11th, 2001. Friends stayed light, but the set carried real pain. Friends never did a big special episode about 9/11. No long speech, no heavy plot. The show kept its tone because that is what people needed from it. But the crew still found a way to say something. Later episodes hide quiet tributes in the background. On Joey and Chandler's Magnadoodle board, the drawings show the Statue of Liberty, fireworks, and the letters FDNY, which points straight at the New York Fire Department. Fans also spotted I Heart NY messages and FDNY shirts worn by the cast. The strong part is that nobody stops the scene to point at it. The jokes keep moving and your eyes catch the tribute fast, like a quiet nod. One fan page even points out a "Thank you NY Firefighters" sign in the background that never gets spoken out loud. That choice keeps the story light while the set carries the weight, because the clothing starts acting like a code. Look at the colors, because they guide your feelings. Number 3. If clothes and colors spoil big twists early, what else about these friends can you not trust now? The rule comes from Deborah McGuire. She said the clothes were character-driven. Friends' outfits feel casual, but they are picked with care. Costume designer Deborah McGuire said her designs were all character-driven. She built clear palettes, like a quiet map your brain reads without asking. Monica stayed in black, gray, white, and burgundy. Rachel leaned into blues and greens. Phoebe wore wild patterns that pop. Ross showed up in tweeds and layered browns. Chandler wore vintage shirts with stripes. Joey leaned on soft chenille and leather. Over time, fans noticed big life moves often line up with strong color choices. When Monica and Chandler move in together, deeper purples and reds show up around them and match the apartment's purple walls and rich tones. When Ross looks fragile, softer browns and layers make him look smaller, and that mood hits even if you miss plot details. Even off-screen, the wardrobe still has money and meaning. In 2023, Courtney Cox said Jennifer Aniston kept many pieces from the set, including some of Monica's outfits, while Cox kept almost none and now regrets it.
That's what I look back on and think, how the hell did we do that? I think we created miracles every week, because that's a lot of clothes.
So if the clothes can guide your feelings like that, what happens when the show slips a whole wrong person into frame because one wide shot reveals a face you trust? Number 2. When you spot jokes hiding in props and background people, how much of the show do you feel you watched wrong? One viral clip shows a stand-in. For a few seconds, Monica turns into someone else. Fans spotted it in at least one scene. A clear stand-in sits where Monica should be. It went viral after a TikTok user pointed it out, and Newsweek wrote about this Monica double slipping into the wide shot. Then the next cut jumps back to Courtney Cox like nothing happened. Here is why more people see it now. Newer widescreen versions show more of the frame. Old square TVS cropped the edges, so you missed extra feet, gear, and stand-ins sitting at the edge. Reddit users share frames where those details show up because the wider image reveals what the old format hid. And that opens the floodgate. Articles list 11 or more big bloopers, like background extras who appear twice in one scene, plates that refill, and names that change. Fan pages also collect Magnadoodle galleries full of crew jokes meant for sharp eyes. So the perfect comfort sitcom starts to look like a set full of tiny cracks, and somehow it still wins. Now the numbers get huge, and the reason gets darker. Number 1. When all 10 hidden details snap together at once, what old friend scene will never feel safe again? In 2023, 1 week hit 1.1 billion minutes. About half came from viewers under 18. That spike happened after Matthew Perry's death in 2023, and the numbers tell a strange story. A show that aired from 1994 to 2004 still pulls massive attention from people who were never alive for the first run. Even today, older shows like Friends still land high on most streamed lists. A 2023 U.S. streaming report said older syndicated series like Friends and other long-running dramas made up a big share of top-watch titles and beat many new originals in total minutes viewed. So what does that mean for you sitting on the couch right now? It means your comfort show still wins the war for your time, even with all the little tricks hiding inside it. Your brain wants familiar faces, familiar rooms, and easy laughs, so it forgives the sliding mugs, the shifting door numbers, and the stand-in that slips through. And when you know the behind-the-scenes facts, the show feels different. A broken frame becomes a brand. A hallway lies with numbers. A coffee shop prop moves between cuts. A crew member speaks through a toy board. A locked closet flips a character, A poster from 1885 turns into a shopping item. Quiet FDNY tributes sit in the background. Color rules guide your mood. Widescreen reveals what old TVs hid. So here is the scary question. If your eyes missed all that, what else did they skip in your safest scene? Rewatch one couch shot and watch the first slip. If this made you see old shows differently, keep that feeling. Drop your thoughts below, then tap the next video waiting on your screen. There is another detail hiding nearby.